Let the games begin.
I am proud of you, and we all are proud of you, that you have chosen to come and perform here in sports rather than being out on the streets.
On October 18th, 6 months after the riots that devastated the people of Los Angeles, the future of our city changed. In a show of brotherhood, with the spirit of hope, thousands of kids from all over LA's inner city came together for a ceremony that would mark the beginning of a historical week. For 9 days, 100,000 kids of all ages competed in 15 athletic events ranging from basketball, volleyball, and softball to swimming.
To work very hard
to share their thoughts as well.
I always work hard in school. Mr. Truva taught me that I should never give up and that I shouldn't change to make other people happy.
For most of these inner city kids, it was the first time that they had the opportunity to share in a friendly spirit of competition. It was a chance for us, people from all walks of life, to show that we care.
If there is no them and us, we're all one team, and that's the only way we can make it work, as one team.
You will learn about camaraderie. You will learn about discipline. You will learn about self-esteem and self-worth. Those are very important lessons that you learn from sports.
And tonight you will learn how sports cannot just change lives, but save lives. For the kids of the inner city, a ticket to the inner city games is a ticket to life.
Hello, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm the Executive Commissioner of the Inner City Games. Now, everyone knows that kids need a dream, that kids need inspiration, and that every kid needs a chance. As the chairman of the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports, I traveled all over the country. I covered all 50 states to promote health and fitness for our kids. And I found out that the inner city kids were left out. They did not have the chance to grab the ticket to life. But we're going to change that.
Right, we'll get right on them right away. No cherry pickers till later on, okay? We'll see what kind of the score goes up first.
Danny Hernandez is Executive Director of the Hollenbeck Police Business Council and Youth Center in East LA. For 14 years, Danny has done more than build one of the best athletic programs in any inner city. He has taken thousands of troubled kids off the streets of East LA and lovingly given meaning to their lives. And then he went further. Danny created the Inner City Games, an athletic and educational program that will give kids an alternative to gangs and show them that someone cares.
Watch it, don't let it go hurt her. Okay, let's go. You know, the kids in the inner city are always treated with a lot of negativism. You know, you can't do this, you'll never become this. The drugs that's around, the illiteracy, the violence, the crime, it's all there. And I think that there has to be a group of people that are fighting this. So the idea is to try to put a mark or an event which they feel good about themselves, which they can always think of, a seed planted in their minds that, hey, I've done something and I succeeded.
The inner city games are important for me because every kid that plays in the inner city games don't do drugs and they will get a good education when they grow up.
It's really a great opportunity to get all these kids together and have them work hard and for one goal and get it all straightened out.
What we wanted to do was get into the roots of the problems, and we felt that the housing projects was basically an area that needed to get into. That's where we felt most of the problems in the inner city start from, the roots.
Toni Grooms is an officer with the Los Angeles Housing Authority. She's assigned to South Central's housing projects, where she acts as a streetwise social worker. After 5 years on the beat, Officer Grooms has a pretty clear idea on how to help kids fight back against the negative influence of the projects.
The bottom line is if the kids are not busy doing something constructive, they're going to do something destructive. When you get them involved in the recreation program and you have a lot of role models and a lot of support from the community and from people around them to keep them involved, then they don't have time for games.
And I've been playing for the Raiders for 2 years, but I would have never gotten there if I hadn't done a couple things, and that's stay in school, stay out of trouble, no drugs or alcohol, and no gangs.
Devon Hart is in his second year at Cal State Dominguez. He coaches basketball at Nickerson Gardens, where he grew up in a single-parent family.
Let's go to the hole, baby!
A lot of these kids feel, since they're in the inner city, since their mom is on dope or they're in a poverty-stricken environment, they feel that there's no way out by someone having a role model or an inspiration that can motivate them to get in programs such as the inner cities games so they can basically uplift themselves.
Every kid out here is a good kid. There's really no bad kid. All the kids out here are good kids. They're just heading in the wrong direction.
Martin Leon was headed in the wrong direction. Dusty grew up like a lot of kids in South Central, without a father and poverty-stricken. He joined a gang and he started selling drugs.
How did I get into gangs? Trying to seek attention, trying to be noticed, just trying to impress people, I just thought it was a thing to do. All my friends was doing it, so, I felt if they can do it, I can do it too. Selling drugs, lack of money, lack of, things I needed, so, I felt drugs was the only solution. But I found out it wasn't, because I ended up getting shot because of drugs.
And when we visit Dusty in the hospital, I told Dusty, I said, you don't have a dream. So it's going to take other people to dream for you.
So Officer Grooms, her partner Twain Orange, and Devon Hart stepped in and helped Dusty take his life back.
They gave me more self-esteem, and I started playing basketball with them. They took me to all kind of games, and I started getting into sports more. Devon, I played basketball with Devon. He coached me when I was playing basketball over in the Nickerson, and I used to kick it with Devon. He's smart, intelligent. He's a role model. Growing up in a low-income area, and he never got into gangs. He went straight to sports. Devon's just a good guy.
Devon coached Dusty for his 3-on-3 basketball event. Dusty didn't win the game, but he's holding a winning ticket to life.
I traded the games for sports. If it hadn't have been for sports, Grooms, and Orange, I don't know where I'd be at right now.
We need more young people out here that are role models. We need more adults that's willing to dream for kids when they don't have a dream, and that's what we need here in the inner city. And that's one of the things the inner city games will help us do. It helps us reach more kids because the budget is so well for us. The price is right, it's free for them, so any kid is allowed to play. And that's one of the positives on the inner city games. Let them know there are people around them that care.
I would like to say these kids out here just need a chance. That's all. If they have the chance. With the inner city games, they have the opportunity to get exposed to different races, different cultures. And that's good because it's all the life itself is not black, it's not white. We live in a racist society, and by you have kids from different cultures playing together, laughing together, competing against one another, it shows that everybody's not a racist, everybody's not a bigot, and we can all get along.
Oath of the athletes. In the name of all the competitors, I promise that I shall take part in the inner city games, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, in the true spirit of sportsmanship. I promise to say no to drugs. I promise to stay in school. I will compete for the glory of sport and the honor of my family and my community.
16-year-old Cindy Michelle is in love with basketball. This junior at Roosevelt High School in East LA spends all her spare time on the courts at the Hollenbeck Youth Center, where she was named Girl of the Year. But sports weren't always the focal point of her life.
When I used to live in the projects, all I would see was gangs and gangs. And so I thought, I would be part of it, so I got into a gang. You just have to be part of it. They jump you into a gang to see if, you're strong enough or, you can hang. And then you're part of it, but they're not always there for you, Like when I would walk to school in the morning, they weren't there for me. I would be on my own, and I would always have to watch my back. I didn't want the other gangs to, get me when I was going to school, so I would always be looking out. Why I had to be changing schools because of the gangs. If they were to hit me up and stuff, I would say where I was from. And if we didn't get along, then they would, jump me. They beat me up. That's what they did. And I didn't do anything, but then they pushed me again, and then they hit me in my face, and then, we just started fighting. And after that, I was on the floor, and then the rest of the girls started kicking me and stuff. And it was like, when is this gonna stop? And then they just stopped, and I was walking home, and on my way home, I felt so ugly, hurt and stuff. And I didn't want that to happen again. So I knew that I had to get out of it somehow.
Cindy's family was able to move her out of the projects and close to the Hollenbeck Youth Center.
That's when my friends encouraged me to go to the youth center, and I found out that I like sports more than, just messing around. I never hang around outside of my house. I can't, There's always drive-by shootings or stuff like that. So instead of hanging out in front of my house, risking to get shot, I'd rather go to youth center, hang around there. I play with the kids. I teach them how to shoot and, how to play the game and volunteer whatever they need in the youth center. It makes me feel good because it makes me feel like, I'm needed.
Cindy competed in the inner city games. Her team fought hard, but they lost the game. Still, the meaning of the inner city games was not lost on Cindy and her teammates.
To show your talent, to get you, prepared for other things. It could get you out of trouble, gangs could get out of trouble. So there won't be, drive-bys or nothing, just play around right here.
To me, I know that the inner city games is all about bringing the whole community together as one to prove that all of us can get along.
This is my immediate family, but we are all together in this as a true family.
Danny Hernandez, Tony Grooms, Twain Orange, and Devon Hart all recognize that the alternative to gang violence is sports and fitness, because that's where you learn about discipline, camaraderie, self-esteem, team spirit, and most of all, you get a sense of belonging to something.
A ticket to the inner city games is a ticket to life.
This is their ticket to life. The thing they know most, the thing that they're most proud of is their ability to perform in athletics. And to them, that's their expression. That's their way of telling the world that I'm good. I'm something. I'm a person.
kids a chance to believe in themselves, letting them know that, sure, they're out here with celebrities, but they themselves are a celebrity.
From the community, the outer city, to bring support to the inner city to help them and let them know there are people around them that care. And that's one of the positives on the inner city games.
Let's do some push-ups, come on. Let's come on. You and me. Come on, you and me, come on. Come on. All right, come on. Come on, down, push-ups, come on. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, bravo. Bravo. Now I have to sign it. Very good. Congratulations. 5 push-ups on the tremendous pressure. On the tremendous pressure, it is 5 push-ups. And tomorrow 10. That's great. I like that. You look like some kind of a football player. Are you a famous football player? Let me see the arms. I see some biceps here. Let's see it. Wow. I think that we have a professional here. Yeah. I like that. Keep up the good work, okay? See you, pal. Bye-bye. See you. If every kid is a lifetime investment, then the inner city games must make us all very, very rich. Thank you for joining me tonight.